another episode of Inclusivity Unlocked. This podcast is all about inclusivity and diversion, brought to you by the volunteers of the Association Studenților Craiova. This special episode was recorded during the Youth Exchange project, for inclusive theater without labels. I am your host, my name is Angelina, and today we are talking with participants from Youth Exchange project. Can you tell about yourself and introduce
Yes,
yourself?
of course. I am Elena, I am from Greece, and I am 22 years old.
And I am Lucas, I am from Romania, and I am 19 years old.
Okay, nice to meet you guys. My first question about your project. Can you tell what does inclusive theater without labels mean to you?
To me, inclusive theater means that we are mindful of our audience and we take care of some of their needs, but we also include everyone in the performance. So we can have people from diverse backgrounds and who have special needs, or not even special needs, sometimes just we include every person in the community who wants to be involved.
To me, theater is a word with very many connotations. So, to me, theater without labels means uh, making theater that more people can enjoy, making theater for blind people, for deaf people, for people that lack certain ways to enjoy that theater, to make new ways for people to enjoy, to adapt new works of art or make new works of art that can be enjoyed by a wider variety of people. That is what I think.
Okay, what do you think? What's the difference between traditional theater and inclusivity?
Uh,
In traditional theater, we are seeing sometimes performances being very loud and sometimes having too many lights. In other cases, we don't see theater made for deaf people or for people who are blind. So I think inclusivity is about making these people feel like they can enjoy the art of theater.
in my The difference, in my opinion, is uh, I want to give an example. In Romanian theater, there is a work of art called Iona. And in Iona, the main character, he talks a lot. That is the whole point. There is one character and he talks a lot. And that is not inclusive theater. A deaf person will get nothing from that work of art. And to me, inclusive theater will be somehow adapting that theatrical piece to be available to any kind of people, to enjoy Yona, not only to hearing the person talk, to hearing the main uh, character talk, but also to other ways. There is in theater, there is movement, there is stuff in that piece of work, piece of art, but you cannot really enjoy it without hearing it.
Okay, guys, can you tell us what did you learn from your project and how you can use this in real life?
Mm. So as of now, we have tried to increase our empathy. We have tried to feel what other people feel, to show with our body what we feel at the moment and what we could have felt if we were excluded. So that was very important to me, to also try and express myself with my body, but see how other people view inclusivity and exclusivity.
Mm.
An important part of theater is seeing multiple parts of the same coin. And I think during this activity, we have had many opportunities have uh, to see many sides of a certain question, to see how inclusivity or exclusivity can be seen in different ways and how it can be adapted and worked through and seen different ways to everyone's perspective, and that will in the end help us make more inclusive works of art if we ever go in that direction. Easy.
So I would like to add that we also did an exercise where three people were given the same character. It was a character with a name, a background, and his income, her income, and some disability. Um, so we had to step forward every time we would have the opportunity in our community to join a cultural event or attend or be part of it in any way, as being the creator or the viewer. And we had some big gaps between a refugee and a low income student and some person who has a stable job and an income and they can participate more in the community.
If I may actually elaborate on this, me personally, I got the card of a senator who had a lot of money, had the opportunity, and I ended up at the very front. I was the first person. I was able to answer yes to basically every question, while there were some people who didn't move a single step. It shows the difference that even though there are people who probably really need those cultural experiences to feel like they are accepted, to feel more okay with themselves, they are often not able to get them. While people who I won't say not don't need them, but do not need them as much, are able to get them much more than the others.
What do you think? Why people need inclusive theater? Have this inclusivity theater in the life?
I think inclusive theater is very important. As we've said, it was so alarming that many people are not able to participate in certain events of the community that bring people together, that many people enjoy, and they will probably talk about them in the future. Inclusive theater is very important for our community because, as we said before, many people are not able to participate in events that bring people together. If the majority of the community goes to an event, they will probably talk about it and feel many things that some people are not able to. And I think that is not acceptable in a society where we say everybody has rights and everybody should be involved.
And to talk more about the theater part specifically, many people who come into different cultures, they experience those different cultures first through music, to art, and to theater. By making theater more inclusive, you can also make people warm up to those cultures, feel more included, feel like they have a place in that culture, even without initially being part of it. And even people who are born there and are not able to again watch pieces of theater because they are not available to them because they cannot experience it fully. By including them, you can make them feel more uh, feel like they are also part of that culture, and as such they can contribute more to that country and feel more in touch with that country and culture.
Mhm.
So, but have you ever listened about inclusive theater in your country? And have you ever see some rehearsal or something in your country?
I I have not been involved with theater that much, but last year and what triggered me to try some more Erasmus projects that revolve around art was that I saw a performance from the local community in my region, and they each had a 5 to 10 minute sketch prepared and they showed it to us and everybody did something different. They had free will over what they showed and it was free to see for everyone for 2 weekends, and I felt like I was able to see something my uh, the people in my community created, and I was very happy to be able to see it. And some of the acts were with sound, and I don't think it was intentional, but it was very beautiful to see.
Personally, in Craiova, I have not gone to many theater plays. I have gone to some, but not that many. And as such, I haven't really been in touch with the more inclusive theater parts. And even if I was to be, I do know there are some inclusive stuff in Craiova. I am not completely sure about them, but I have heard of them. I know they exist, and I am glad that a city like Craiova that isn't really well known is making those steps towards helping even the small amount of people that need them. Because as a small number they may be, they are also people like us and they need the same help as us and to experience the same things as us.
Okay, what do you think young people will like this type of theater and why?
I think young people will like this kind of theater because it is alternative, and recently people are very involved with seeing something alternative. For example, it's popular now to not have an ending in theater, and you let the answers and the story hang, and people discuss it afterwards. So I think that the art is evolving, and it is beautiful that many organizations are building on it, on the need that we have in the community.
Young people have access to many more pieces of art, and as such, they experience more of similar types of art pieces and opera pieces, and they may feel they see stuff that is too similar. So, where do they turn to? They turn to different cultures, different pieces of art from different places.
Mm.
That is why I think young people are interested in inclusive theater because it brings a new experience, it brings something new, something way more interesting than the norm. Even if the norm is still good, I'm not saying the norm is bad, but we want something new. We want something that will blow us away, and inclusive theater really does blow us away.
How you decided to apply for this project?
I I decided to apply because my last project was also about art, and it was many forms of art, and I learned a lot about being patient until the result that I want comes forward. So I thought, okay, this project is something challenging. I've never heard of inclusive theater in the sense of what was in the description of the project about doing expressive body language and silent scene and role playing. So that was what triggered me.
You see, um, like a month ago, I was in my first youth essence program, which it was about mental health. I enjoyed a lot, and when I got a message from the coordinator, he told me, "Would you like to do another youth essence program?" To be honest, I didn't even need to hear what it was about to join it because I think this experience, this using these youth exchanges and Erasmus in general, they just beyond being fun activities, they help you interact with a wide variety of people. With people with different opinions, people with different takes. I have seen such a wide variety of ideas that I maybe would have never experienced had I not been to this Erasmus project. And they help you in the future. You will get youth passes for your CV. They help you with maybe if you have an artistic inclination like I do, maybe not towards theater, but they will help you with tips for the future. And see again, seeing more cultures, it helps you artistically because I can see what the opinion of a natural Greek, for example, is on their own works of art, and thus better it elevate my art. It's amazing, in my opinion, amazing.
Yeah. Sorry. Actually, it is very important that we have 5 countries in our project, and we are able to discuss. Okay, I have this legend in my country. Oh, yes, we have the similar one, and we compare what changed the myth and the story to be directed to the people of the community. So that's very interesting about storytelling, which is a part of the project.
Uh, I was saying earlier about theater, how it tells about many sides of the same coin, and the same idea again applies here. You see the same side of the same story, different sides of the same story, seen through different lens. I get to have a new opinion on maybe the Odyssey, or another, or the Greek legend, or the Greek god. I get to see different opinions on them that I will not see otherwise. It's amazing. I love this utensils, honestly.
So yeah, and also I know that every youth exchange project have a cultural night.
Yes.
So, can you please tell us your culture night, how it was?
Okay, so the Romanian night hasn't happened yet, but the Greeks and the Ukrainians did ours last night, the 26th of August. We always bring sweets from our country and traditional food. So the cultural night always consists of dances, a presentation of our country with some facts, and afterwards we always question if the other participants are paying attention. We do a little Kahoot. And afterwards, we all enjoy some sweets and we saw our traditional dances. Every participant is included. We saw the steps and we think it was a success because everybody danced and they enjoyed it.
While we have not had the Romanian night, we can say that we have sent a wedding invitation to the other groups so they can look forward to that. And I want to say, the Greek and Ukrainian night, very, very amazing. I love the dances.
Thank you.
The atmosphere amazing, the food amazing. Please bring me more. I will eat it all. And I hope to see even more of these cultural nights.
Can you repeat, please, how many country
Uh,
participants?
Please.
There are 5 countries: Romania, Moldova, Ukraine, Greece, and Georgia.
What was the biggest challenge for you during the project?
Oh, okay. I think for me, because I'm not very involved in theater, it was difficult to do some exercises that are funny. If we are trying to exercise our vocals and you've never done that before, you're not doing a good job. So it will be funny, but you have to concentrate and go slow and breathe, and then it will go easier and the flow is very nice in the room.
For me, I don't want to say it was hard to focus, but it was hard to do like a similar block of activities. Like if we had a lot of activities about concentration, about focus, or about synchronization, it was hard to have a block of them and have to continue doing them. Like you sometimes you really don't want to get to actually acting and you really want to get to it, but there are steps before that. And for me that was the hardest challenge, but even that hardest challenge for me, it was minor. It was very minor. I still really love doing even those activities.
Okay, guys, and the last question for you. If you could describe the atmosphere of the exchange in one word, what would it be?
Um, okay. I would say it would be intriguing on a spiritual level. For me, it was intriguing to talk to so many people, to visit a city that has a puppet parade. I've never seen one. It was very nice.
For me, it will be ethereal. Like have lived in the city for most of my life, and it is so lovely meeting new people that uh, you have the opportunities to relive all your experiences in the city. You can show them to others. You can show them this is what this city has to offer. You can see those experiences that you have lived. You get to live them again with people who are interesting, and maybe people will tell you, oh, this place in Craiova, it is much like place in Greece. It is much like place in Ukraine. It is much like place in Georgia. You get to through seeing the same places again, you somehow get to see new places. You understand?
Do you think you can have some performance without some knowledges?
Yes.
You have more?
Oh, yes. I think you can create something. If I say to you a story, you imagine something, and that imagination you can bring to life. Even if it's your body or just a song, a poem, it's a form of art. I think people can express what they are thinking because everybody's thinking something.
I don't think you need to read something beforehand. You don't need to do something necessarily beforehand because, again, theater is more than just those professional actors, more than just the things you read in a theater class. They can be anything. It is malleable. It is like clay you can shape in your hand. It can be anything you want. It can be a statue. It can be just a pond. It can be anything you want to create. Just create without caring if you are doing it right, if you are doing it wrong. Just do it for only you to see, for everyone to see. Just let it be there.
But of course, you have to practice. If you want to perform in front of people, the original has to shape, the original form has to shape into a one consistent. Oh no, sorry. But you have to practice to get better at what you want. If you want to perform in front of people, it would be good for you and for the end result if you put your time and effort to that action.
See, you do need to put effort if you want to go on a big stage, but it's it's good to not have insane expectations. Don't expect
Yes.
your story to be Hamlet. Don't expect your story to be some Shakespeare work of art. You aren't doing it just so you can get on the big stage, make big money, have big fame. You are doing it because you love creation, because you want to do something for yourself. First of all, you are doing it for yourself. And when you go with that attitude in mind, when you are only doing it for yourself, you do not need to have those expectations. Of course, you will keep working, you will keep being better and better and better in the public eye, maybe. But if you just create once and say, I am finished and don't have expectations that will be on the next work of art, that is also okay. It is again your clay to mold. You do whatever you want, but with realistic expectations.
Good. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, thank you.